Everyone stick with us versus herd. We're going to get it going today. Happy Tuesday. Right now, the S&Ps are up 11, Dow's up 92, NASDAQ up 21 or 22 after a pretty nasty fall here. We're gonna get it going. If you're just joining, say what up. If you're here right at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern time, let's go. What's going on? Keith, Sungscrave, Mateus, Manchild, Clarence, Rob, Jose. What is going on? Appreciate you guys tuning in this morning. We're gonna see what it does. Come up with a plan. Red dust. Yeah, I mean this week, it's gonna be a little tricky. Also, if you guys don't know, there's also a presidential debate on Thursday, so something to look forward to. So, just gonna get going here. First and foremost, overnight things kind of been chilling. Last night I was trading some futures, and let me tell you what happened here. So I put a position on last night. Where did I put my position on? What time? What time did I put it on? I put it on at 7:16 Central Time. So 7:16 Central Time. I put it on right around in here. And it's dropped down to 34.30, came back up. I had my original stop at 34.55, but then I lowered it to 34.49. It actually looks a little bit cleaner on the 15-minute chart here. So I got stopped out right here. It literally tap this area and then push lower. So, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. I probably shouldn't have lowered my stop from my original stop. My original stop was 34.55. I lowered it to 34.49 before I went to bed last night. I did re-enter the position. I'm up. Well, I'm actually break even right now. Only lost 23 on that, but kind of situation here was I put it on for 344, got stopped at 34.49, and then I just put another one on for 34.36. See if we get a little pop down here. But yeah, they were they hit my stop, and then they literally hit the stop right here, double topped it, and brought it right down. I mean, obviously, 34.50 is probably a ton of people stops. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on there. I'm currently short S&P futures right now. And people are like, "Hey, what is your plan? Why are you trading futures? Why are you doing this?" And here's the deal. This is what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Right now, because things are a bit unpredictable going up into the election or through the election. I'm not sure if we're going up. I don't know if we're going down. I'm right now just trading futures to stay with the market. I'm probably going to trade some earnings trades here and there, but mostly what I'm trying to do is stay small and move with the market, whether it's moving up, whether it's moving down, and just focus on good entries. I'm not trying to trade all these different things. Right now I'm focusing on the S&P and the NASDAQ futures, and that's kind of what I'm doing. Not kind of, but it's exactly what I was doing. Yo, Jeff, J. Harvin, GQ, Sleeping Elephant. If you guys are just joining, say what up. If you guys do me a favor, hit the like button. I put a credit spread on Netflix yesterday. I was up 300, but Netflix dipped literally $2, and that gain evaporated. Any clue why? I was way in the money. I don't know what happened. So most likely, implied volatility increased. Let's take a look. Yeah, implied volatility had let's go to Netflix. So implied volatility, as you can see, is increasing here. Expected event. So after market close today, we do have Netflix earnings. So if you put a credit spread on, let's say yesterday, which was Monday, ahead of earnings, most likely by the time Tuesday rolls around, especially Tuesday afternoon, implied volatility is going to increase the closer that we get to the event. Most likely. I'm not saying it happens every time, but most likely implied volatility is going to increase. So if you sold premium for a credit, you're going to start losing money, because when you sell premium for a credit, you don't want to imply volatility expansion. You don't want implied volatility to expand. You want implied volatility to, deflate or decrease. You don't want implied volatility going up. If you put on a debit spread, then you'd want implied volatility to go up, if that makes sense. But that's the situation. So today, after market close, we got Netflix, Snapchat. I think today will be crazy. They don't have a deal. The market can be destroyed. Yeah. But good news. They've already started. Where is it? Here we go. I don't even think, did I link it? Oh, here you go. The Dow is set to rise 200 points on optimism. However, that was updated 35 minutes ago, and it's already down 100 points from where it was. Yo, Trevor, what do you think about Google? I got it right here. Trevor. Hey, don't skip the line, man. You're trying to skip the line here. I got a show to run. All right, guys. So news came out this morning that the U.S. is going to sue Google, antitrust. They're poised to sue for allegedly violating antitrust laws by abusing his power as the world's largest search engine, according to two people familiar with the matter, a.k.a. our sources are maybe non-existent, or we're just not going to name them, or it's due to the case. We'll see. The lawsuit, the most significant monopoly case to be filed in the U.S. in decades, will accuse Google of squashing competition to protect its dominance over internet search, where it controls 90% of the market in the U.S. I mean, they do have a point. I mean, the complaint is the first phase of what's shaping up as a multi-pronged attack against Google. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, is preparing a complaint against the company over its conduct in the digital advertising market, which controls much of the technology used by advertisers and publishers to buy and sell display ads across the web. I'm sorry. Trevor, I got you here. So another group of attorneys, including those in Iowa and Colorado, are studying. Okay, blah blah blah. Where's the juice? What else they got? Lawsuit comes on the heels of a report by the House Antitrust Panel that Google found Google and three other tech giants, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, all abuse their powers as gatekeepers. I mean, I think it's about the money. The House reports found that Google has been able to build barriers to competition, becoming the default search engine on desktop. So it's kind of like the Microsoft Windows Internet Explorer, even though I don't think that was really resolved. I mean, we still have Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge is still default in Windows 10. I don't know. Anyways, in mobile, Google search controls essentially the entire market because of the default search engine on Android and Apple iOS operating system, which Apple agreed to. I did, Trevor. I did see it. Google is expected to fight. So here's the thing, and this is where I mean, there's no doubt. Google has a monopoly. No doubt. However, what the government does is tears apart good businesses once they get too big. And the question is, who is applying the pressure? Is it another company? Is Microsoft? They want to push Bing up. I mean, obviously. I mean, even if let's say they break Google apart, the main thing that I see is that Google is such a household brand name. Like, you don't say, "Oh, I'm going to go." I mean, you don't, like, Yahoo came before Google, and you never said, "Oh, I'm going to go Yahoo this." It was, "Oh, I'll go Google. Oh, I'm going to go on Google." Google is what made it. It's like, Netflix and, Ziploc and Tupperware and all that, all brand names. Like, yeah, sure, other people make plastic bags, but you call it Ziploc. It's like, oh, what's this plastic bin here? People call it Tupperware because Tupperware became such a big brand. anybody can make a plastic, a piece of plastic, right? Anybody can, well, I mean, not anybody, but if you're a big company, yes, you can make I mean, I think it's all about the money. It's all about the money. They control 90%, like they said here, they control 90% of the ad revenue. They control for online search. They control 100% of online search for mobile. I mean, so they do have a case, but the question is, can they make the customer choose something else? At the end of the day, if they break all this apart and ruin Google's business, at the end of it, you got to think about it. Are you as a consumer going to choose something else? Because the government said that these guys got too big. And the thing is, Google, Apple, Amazon, of course they're going to operate in their own self-interest. When you own a business, you are going to do things to safeguard your business because at any time, if you're in business, it doesn't matter how small or how big, you could fail. I mean, look at how far GE has fallen. Look at how, all these other big brands have fallen over the years. I mean, that's why Apple, they could easily, look at Motorola, Nokia. I mean, look, all those brands fell out because they didn't protect the business, and eventually the consumer moved on to something else. So what these businesses did, Amazon, Apple, Google, they put safety measures in to safeguard their business, which is smart. But I guess once you get too big and you're not allowing other people to compete. But the question is, are they even able to compete? I mean, are you even able to compete with Google on an even level playing field? There was a level playing field at one point. Google rose to the top. Google was nothing. Google 20 years ago, Google was nothing. And now they're the top. They work for that. So I think they should be rewarded for that, which they are through money and their monopoly. But yeah, at the same time, I do agree it's not American to not allow other companies to compete. I think it's tough. DKNG shares unlocked today. So, I mean, I think that obviously it's going to be a long battle, and Google is going to fight for the whole thing because, I mean, this is their business. They're going to fight to the death. I mean, at least I would if I was Google. If I was Google, I was CEO of Google, I'd go for it. I'd go on the offensive, which they probably are. They're gonna have to fight back, and the problem is, the laws protect you from or protect small businesses and stuff like that. But I think, I mean, I don't know. The thing is, with the lawmakers, they don't understand business. The politicians, they don't understand business. They don't understand Google's business. They don't understand Amazon's business. They don't understand Facebook's business. So they're not helping anybody. All they do is tear things apart and destroy. They're not actually helping anybody except checking one thing off their list for their political career. You know what I mean? It's oh yeah, that was the guy that broke apart Microsoft. Yeah, where is he today? And where is freaking Bill Gates? Where's that guy? Where's the guy that tried to break apart Microsoft? Where is he today? I want to know. Might not even be alive, to be honest with you. yo, Artie, what's going on? Daniel Ring. Well, Google's keeping us from other options. That's my question. What other options? You want to get Baidu up in here? I mean, if you guys want to use Bing, you can use Bing right now. Go to Bing.com. Go to Bing.com. You can start using it. You can go into your phone, change your default search engine if you don't like it. Just go to Bing.com. You can go to Yahoo.com. You can change your default search engine. And Google wasn't the default search engine for Apple products for a long time. It was Bing. Or was it Yahoo? I don't know, but it wasn't Google. It wasn't Google. That was a big thing. So, I mean, you can use whatever search engine you want. Just go to, and now it makes it easier than ever in your phone. It was a question. I'm not sure they're keeping us from other. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I like Google. And I like Google for ads. If I'm going to run ads, I'm going to run on Google. I've run ads on Bing before. And it's just throwing money right down the toilet. And I think That is where the problem is. Somebody is applying pressure and saying our business needs to be profitable. Somebody's doing this behind the scenes of business. It's not the I mean, it might be the politicians, but I'm just saying I highly doubt the U.S. is going to solve anything. 20 years later, Microsoft Edge Internet Explorer is still a problem. It's still default. So I don't think, maybe in Europe and Ireland, and they pay a $100 million fine, slap on the wrist, and call it a day. These guys make $100 million in a day or more. So that's what it is. That's what it is. So so just be careful if you're trading Google. Google's a dangerous stock right now. It's always been. It's not necessarily doing that well this year. It almost went red on the year just like a month ago, or earlier this month. We had a massive rally, but I think it could come back down to the 200-day. Definitely could come back down to the 200-day, so you want to be careful. Definitely be careful. When the U.S. is trying to sue you, you don't really want to mess around with the stock for options. If you want to buy the stock, whatever, buy the stock. You'll probably be fine. But for options, you don't really want to mess with it. Ariana, what's going on? So the plan for today is, everybody, Luke, everybody that's asking what the plan is. Thoughts on AT&T now? Buy some stock, Rob. Buy some stock. I bought some AT&T stock last year, and it's not doing well. I was like, I'm going to get the 5G rollout. Little did I know, that thing got axed. Little did I know, we're going back down to pandemic levels. They pay good dividends, so it is what it is, but dang, bro. Anyways, that's what it is. If you're investing long term, it is what it is. You're not going to be really concerned right now. If anything, start accumulating some shares. If it's a stock you believe in. My question is, people's tax return going up under $400K if Biden years. I don't know. They're trying to raise taxes in Illinois for the rich people, but they're trying to pass in Illinois. They're trying to pass what they call the fair tax law, where they, instead of raising everybody's taxes, they can raise segments. So if you're in different tax brackets, they can raise you. But this gives them more control. So now they can raise the rich tax, and then they can come for middle class and the lower class all separately, instead of trying to raise taxes all at one time. So it's going to make them easier in the future. And that's what people are not understanding. If you live in Illinois, don't vote for a fair tax. And I'm not saying that because, I'm probably going to get taxed more. Eventually, everybody's going to get taxed more. There's never been a time in Illinois history where people paid less tax. Think about what you're doing here. Yes, the rich are going to be paying more tax first, but they're going to come for you. Middle class, low class, they're coming for you. They're coming for you. Oh, the fair tax is fair, all right. They're going to come for you. Oh, they're not going to forget about you. Even though they opened up all the casinos, they legalized marijuana, and they did all this stuff, and now they want more money? Bro, what? What's going on here? There's so many dispensaries opened up around here. It's so expensive. Tax is ginormous on that. I don't know. So yeah. So now we get weed legalized. We get casinos everywhere, and we get higher taxes. Makes sense. So yeah, what we're gonna freaking do is we're just gonna be opening up businesses and funneling our money through there. That's all we could do. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to deduct everything. We're gonna deduct everything. You're gonna pay zero tax. That's how they want to play. I have no problem paying tax, but I pay a lot of it. But if they're gonna start doing that, we're gonna have to be more aggressive. Illinois and Chicago still in massive debt. Yeah. Biden's anti-marijuana, though. Yeah, well, Biden probably could use a little bit, take the edge off. It's like, anyways, let's look at SPY. Let's look at what the plan is for today. SPY right now 343. So we had a massive sell-off yesterday. Almost came down to the 50-day moving average. Right now it's at around 340. We're at 343.60. Doesn't look particularly strong. We had a pretty massive sell-off here just a few minutes ago, or about a half hour ago. I mean, this thing just tanked. We did come back down to support levels though for overnight, so we'll see if we can get a rip up. But I feel like I think the odds of this stimulus plan happening is like 1%. I mean, what do you guys think? If the stimulus plan doesn't happen, which it hasn't been, and the market's been going up in the morning and down in the afternoon because, we have optimism about the stimulus package, and then it doesn't happen, and, markets worry about stimulus package as deadline nears. I mean, so I think that we're at I think we got a 1%. If it happens. I mean, nobody, I don't know. If it happens, it'll be a miracle. It will be a miracle. I'm thinking SPY will test 338 today. Stimulus seems like 5% likely. Ooh, Trevor gave it a 5%. I gave it 1%. Still, that's really low. Yeah. I think it's gonna be bad. I mean, I'm just short the S&P futures right now. Maybe I'll go in Nasdaq. Yesterday I did the 1-2 punch. I shorted the S&P, rolled into the Nasdaq short, did all right. Today we'll see what happens. Well, if you bought morning road up, you should not be holding after 11:30. I'm not writing anything up. Anything I'm riding up, I'm gonna short it. That's my plan. Did I get a shade? No. It's back to cloudy here in freaking Chicago. No. Like most times in the winter, you don't need shades because it's always cloudy. As it is now. Looking out the window, it's cloudy. Netflix has earnings. Tesla's got earnings this week. What do you guys want to talk about? We talk about Netflix. So Netflix, I think for earnings, implied volatility right now, it's coming in at 104%, a little on the low side. Expected move is $46, so about 8%, 7 to 8% move on here. Currently at 533. I think that it could definitely come down to the 500 area. I think Netflix. I don't like calling tops, right? But I don't like this triple top situation. I do not like that. I wonder if the Cuties movie controversy could hurt Netflix. I think it would hurt with like the Christian community in the United States, but most people I think don't care because they just won't watch it. Now, why hasn't Netflix pulled that content even though they had a controversy? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So I think that Netflix, I don't like this triple top situation. Sure. I mean, I just don't see, without any new content, and the only new content they dropped was the Umbrella Academy and Cuties. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to get through. You know what I mean? So I might be looking at some sort of credit call spread far out of the money, try to get something small. But I think this starting today, once these tech companies start to report, Snap and Netflix, the market needs to be on watch. You know, and yesterday was a bad day for. I mean, Netflix held up, but I mean it was disappointing for a lot of people, and this is why you got to be very, very careful. New season of 100 is 100 CW though, not Netflix. Amazon Prime Video has been my go-to. And so I honestly don't even have time. I've been watching. The only thing I've been watching right now is Game of Thrones on HBO Max. I've been watching HBO Max. HBO Max, pretty legit. No joke. Snapchat. So Snapchat also has earnings. I mean, I like their chart a lot better because this is actually a clear bullish uptrend. Even though we've had a lot of volatility the last couple months to the downside, Snap is bucking the trend and grinding up. Now, I mean, will they disappoint? I mean, it's really hard to say for Snap because they could literally do anything, but I think they're going to do relatively well. Everyone's on their phone. Business is probably booming. I mean, TikTok, unfortunately, is still a competitor. I think they were hoping that TikTok was not going to be a factor. Implied volatility 154%, so it could be a move there. But I would be careful because this thing can move 20, 30% at a time. I mean, this could be a $40 stock tomorrow for sure. I'm not saying it will, but it could be. I mean, this thing really flies. So I don't like selling iron condors on Snap. The Boys on Prime, I gotta check that out. I've heard a lot about The Boys. I wasn't sure what it was going to be about based on the title, but it sounds interesting. Mandalorian. I honestly, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I don't really get into the whole Star Wars thing. It's bad acting, very predictable. I don't understand it. I mean, I've seen every single Star Wars movie growing up. I try to watch Rebel 1. I try to watch the new ones, and honestly, I turn it off. I turn it off within 15, 30 minutes. I mean, I give it I just can't sit there. It was bad. And I'm the person that can sit through bad movies and watch them because I don't like starting something and not finishing it. Lord of the Rings, I can get down. Star Wars, I mean, I get that it's kind of cool and everything, but with everything else these days, I mean, you can. I'm just saying. I mean, why does the acting have to be so bad? It's like they couldn't afford better actors or something. You know, and they made Jar Jar Binks, and they made, we all make mistakes. Roku. All right, let's talk about Roku. Oh, Roku and Tesla. We'll talk about Tesla too. So Roku, they don't have earnings till November 5th. Roku, I think is in a tough situation here because we had a massive rally, and right now, it's like barely hanging on right here. It's 223, 224 right now, pre-market. I mean, if it doesn't hold here, you got to hold. I mean, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. If it doesn't hold 220, 222, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. People are going to get scared. I'm on vacation. Yo, future habits, man. I wish I was on vacation. Do you think Netflix will go up or down? I think Netflix. I don't think it will exceed expectations the other direction. That's what I'm thinking. But, I mean, who knows? Who knows until the numbers come out. Puts on Disney. Nah, I'm not going to sure. I mean, Disney's already... What is Disney? I don't even look at it. Disney's probably struggling already. I mean, yeah. Yeah, 120. 120 on deck for Disney. 120. When does Disney have earnings? November 12th, so we got some time. Workhorse looking rough. Tesla. Okay, here's the thing about Tesla. Tesla's got earnings tomorrow. I do like the setup for long. I mean, obviously, it's getting stopped out here around 450. Another thing is it wasn't doing well. What was the news? Let's see if I can pull it up last night on Tesla. I don't know off the top of my head, but basically it's the people in California, the company in California that tracks vehicle registrations. They're saying that vehicle registrations for Tesla was down 13% for the third quarter, which means if there's less registrations, meaning Tesla probably sold less cars. So I would just be careful of that. That's the only thing. I mean, Tesla has been doing some good deliveries. I mean, they've been doing well in 2020 despite all odds against them. But just be mindful that Tesla registration is down 30%. Now I don't know what guidance is going to be for Tesla. We don't know anything about that, so we'll see if they issue guidance. That's where it's going to be. But I don't necessarily think Tesla's going to tank unless they say something stupid. But Elon Musk can absolutely say something stupid like, "Hey, we're not a profitable car company," which he did in Battery Day, and that was bad. That was bad. UPS, FedEx. I think UPS and FedEx nothing but up. I think UPS and FedEx are going to have a big winter. I mean, this is amazing. UPS, you know, I mean, you don't want to be dumb about it, so you don't want to just like keep buying, but catch the dips. I think if you're holding through the holidays, you're going to be rewarded. Still, yeah. I mean, there's no reason for it to stop. If there's a massive dip, which could happen. I mean, even though they were selling yesterday, I mean, it didn't even do anything here. Just stopped out a little bit because it doesn't have the market. But I mean, I think UPS, FedEx through January is gonna be rock solid. It's gonna be rock solid. I got $6K to invest today. Listen, I'm not an investment advisor. It's for entertainment purpose only. I'm just looking at the market the way I see it. If you don't understand options trading, futures trading, stick your money in the S&P or in the NASDAQ Qs and hold on for 10 years. You'll be fine. But yeah, we're just going through the market, seeing what's good. If you guys can do me a favor, hit the like button. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, Tesla's getting sold off. DKNG down 3% right now. Not doing great. I wonder if people are selling shares. How's your course coming along? It's going good. It's going well. I'm trying to wrap it up, Trevor. It's a bit of a bigger undertaking than I anticipated. Let's look at Workhorse. I know a lot of people are trading that. Oh man. Yeah, I think it might be coming back down to consolidation. If it doesn't bounce in this area right here, 16 to 18 is on deck for sure. For sure. Yo, Street Cruise, can you message me on Discord? I never got your message. Message me on Discord. I don't have my DMs open on Twitter just because you get a lot of bad things. So if you could learn anything, do not leave open your DMs on Twitter. Do not. Message me on Facebook, message me on Discord, message me on Instagram. DMs are open. DMs not open on Twitter. Square. I mean, Square just doesn't quit. Hello? I'm back. Am I back? What's going on here? I think I'm back. Okay. Yeah, Square looks like it wants to consolidate to blast off past 200. Honestly. They got earnings November 5th. So could see a run up into earnings, probably about in a week or two, maybe. Oh, David, we are back. So I think it could run up to 200 before earnings, but that's also very predictable. We got some wide ranges right now on SPY and the S&Ps. What do you guys think? It looks like we're getting clobbered. It looks like did some news come out? Market's reacting like there's, here you go. Dow gains more than 100 as traders hope a stimulus deal can be reached. Can you guys see what they're doing here? Dow is set to rise 200. Now it's only rising 100. Soon it's going to be negative. Yeah, DKNG's pumping. Still red though, so you want to be careful. We might just chop here a little bit until it gets until like the afternoon, because as time passes, less likely of a stimulus deal. So I don't know what this means. Does it have a time in here? That just says they plan to speak again Tuesday about a relief bill. Pelosi is set to reach an agreement before the 2020 election. Senate Republicans who plan to vote on a more narrow aid bill this week could oppose a possible agreement, which we already know. So today is do or die. Today is do or die. But if they do pass a stimulus, I mean, you don't want to you probably don't want to be short any airlines or Boeing or anything like that. Just a heads up. Just a heads up. If they do pass a stimulus, don't be short. Do not be short the airlines. Do not be short Boeing, because you have a high probability of getting wrecked. JKS. Let's see what we got. Well, I mean, what does this company even do? Oh, they're solar. I think we looked at this company probably about a month ago when it was having this breakout, but I don't really know too much about this company. But apparently, it's straight up. Apparently, keep risk low, buy the dips, keep risk low. That's all you can do for a stock like that. You know, the market just stopped. Netflix is ahead of earnings, man. Netflix got slaughtered down here. I mean, this dropped from 533 down to 525. Whew. Dang. What's Snap doing? Snap. Procter & Gamble, though, they did post earnings this morning pre-market. They raised outlook for fiscal 2021. Experts overall sales growth of now expects overall sales growth of 3 to 4%. Obviously, the pandemic fueled everything higher for Procter & Gamble. Let's see what they're doing here on the pricing. Did anybody trade Procter & Gamble? Well, it's only up $2. Oof. So puts are down 50% and calls are only up. Out of the money is only up 14% and the money is only up like 29-30%. Not great. Definitely premium crush there. definitely some premium crush there. So S&Ps are just kind of floating back and forth, pinging back and forth right now. Qs, let's see what the Qs are doing. Qs 284. Doesn't look good. I mean, I think 280 can definitely happen. I mean, these things are barely holding on to green. Logitech popped on earnings. Yeah, all those webcams they've been selling. It's like in 2020 you can't. It's like you can't find a webcam to buy. Everyone's working remotely. Or they're getting other. Hey, sleeping. I wasn't gonna say it, sleeping elephant. I wasn't gonna be the one to say it. You know, YouTube likes to censor. But other people had to come up with other streams of income in the pandemic. Let's just say. Thankfully, as traders, we don't have to do that. It's like, how about oh my gosh. All right, NASDAQ just went red briefly. Qs are I don't know, guys. This is looking rough. Google popped back up though. People said buy the dip. Google's now green. Amazon's trying to get. I mean, Amazon. It's just that does not look good. Amazon. I mean, it could come back down to the 3,100 area, 3,000 area, definitely. Chilling right now. I'm starting an OnlyFans where I posted videos of me clipping my toenails. It's like, how about we start an OnlyFans, but we show charts instead of body parts. But right now, market is just chilling. I think it's just going to be choppy. I'm sure there's plenty of people who'd pay to watch too. Apple. What's Apple doing? Man, I think anybody get long Apple yesterday? I think a lot of people did try to get long Apple. I don't know. October 29th is earnings, so it could push, but this chart definitely looks bad. It's like no matter where you turn these days, it's like it doesn't look good, you know? No matter where you turn. SPY's popping a little bit here. S&P's popping. Dow's up 167. We got Boeing right now trying to make a run to 170. I don't think it's gonna. Did yesterday. Popped to 170 and dropped all the way down to 166. This would have been a good short to capture on Boeing yesterday, but you want to be careful. Tastyworks finally getting my 10 free options. Love $50 call. And how much money was that worth? I was wondering, like, are they going to give you some like options on like, you know, Ford and GE, or are they giving you like real? It looks like they're giving. So they gave you options because Southwest has earnings this week. Yeah, Southwest has earnings on Thursday morning. They give you the 50 strike call. That's not bad. What expiration? That was 11/6. Man, they gave you let's see, 11/6. 11/6 50 strike. I mean, it's only like 20 cents, but I mean, I was wondering what they were giving out for people. I picked options, didn't want to hold stock. Yeah, I would be interested to see what they're giving out. All right, DKNG got rejected here at 44. Market is just stuck. Mark is like, I don't want to buy you. I don't want to sell you, but poor Microsoft. Man. Yeah, so kind of my game plan. I'm going to try to look to sell some premium, maybe on Snap, maybe on Netflix, but I think that my game plan right in here now is to try to see if I can get a short on for the S&Ps or the NASDAQ futures. Is kind of my game plan right now. I mean, we're popping all over the place. I mean, we could explode here, but if there is a stimulus, though, I mean, this thing is going to pop hard. Today's definitely going to be tricky. So if you're not sure what today's going to bring, just don't trade. Come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Tesla's not doing very well. Tesla's falling all the way off down here. So you guys just want to be careful. We'll see what happens. Not a whole lot happening in the market right now, so I'll be up in the Discord. I'll be around. You guys stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.